Hey folks, Kiltman here, Kiltman at your 4th of July services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Yes, today is the 4th of July, which means nothing to us in the UK, but it means a lot to you guys stateside. And nothing speaks more of American patriotism than Michael Myers. Kill everything! Yeah, there you go. I'm getting asked all the time now about Halloween Ends. Now, you guys know my feelings on this new trilogy. I am the biggest fan of Halloween, the original Halloween and Halloween 2, and I love Halloween 3 as well. And I'm playing the glorious, scintillating, glistening, scalpel sharp soundtrack to Halloween 2. Look, this is my favourite soundtrack of the entire franchise. But anyway, I'm getting asked a lot about Halloween Ends. Now, I have reviewed and covered Halloween 2018 and all the masks, and Halloween Kills and all the masks, and I massively hyped up Halloween Kills beforehand, and then I saw it and I felt like such a dickhead because I felt let down, disappointed and absolutely disillusioned with the direction that Blumhouse and David Gordon Green, from now on he'll be referred to as Green or Mr. Green, if I'm feeling particularly polite, because I can't stand when people going like David Gordon Green, David Gordon Green, David Gordon. No, fuck off! Stop giving him his full fucking name. You know, Christ, what is he, some kind of bloody emperor? You know, and no, he's not at all. I was disappointed with Halloween Kills immensely, even given the context of just look, it switched your brain up. It's a stalk and slash movie. It's much more than that, and it's much more than that because Green and his entire crew and Jamie Lee Curtis and everybody involved bigged it up as something far, far more important. I'm just going to hit the screen there just to rectify the image. And they really touted this as being, this is better than your average stalk and slash because it's Halloween. This is high caliber. This is full pedigree. Yeah, and it should be. You're following in the footsteps of John Carpenter, a master of suspense and tension and atmosphere. 3 things that Green cannot put into a Halloween movie. I did enjoy huge amounts of Halloween 2018, but it completely derailed it with the whole Sartain thing. Unforgivable, a complete mess. Halloween Kills, no suspense, no tension, no scares, idiocy left, right and centre. Pathetic characters, bringing everyone back for no reason at all, just because it's just fan service. I thought it was terrible, a terrible movie. Some great gore. Oh, that's great. Yeah, but you know, as a film, suspense-wise, no, I wasn't on board at all. But, folks, let me just redress this. I still love the fact that Michael Myers is out there stalking and slashing. I can't imagine a world without Michael Myers. Since a little tiny, little, you know, gorehound, a little baby gorehound, I've loved Michael Myers more than any other, you know, horror icon. And long may he keep that title of being a titan of terror, which I'm sure he will. Because even when Blumhouse lose the rights to Halloween and Michael Myers after this movie, and it goes back to the Accads, well, the Accads have only got this franchise. That's it. And so you can bet your bum scrogs that someone else will come up with an idea to reinvent it. So even though Halloween is going to end for this franchise, this trilogy here this year in 2022, it is going to, someone else will take it on board. The Accounts will sell it on again, or they'll come up with an idea of their own, but it won't ever die. The Bogeyman won't ever die. So anyway, the point of this video is everyone's asking me now, and I mean a lot of people, I've fended this off for quite some time, but asking, what do you think Halloween Ends is going to be like? How will Halloween Ends end? And I thought, I've not been looking at this. Normally I look at all the forums, I look at all the leaks, I look at and people I follow, and like, you know, who are into all this, and look at and listen. But this time, I genuinely have not been asked one iota about this movie. That said, I'll be there day one to watch it because I genuinely want them to end this trilogy. I'm going to hit that again. And then we're back. Hopefully we should be alright now. Hopefully they're going to come out with a really, really good film. I'm hoping and I'm praying that Green and his crew, James Duke Courtney, Nick Castle, who's going to be in there as well, Nick Castle, the original Shape, is going to be in there too. Jamie Lee Curtis and everybody else involved, Will Patton, everybody else is going to actually pull out all the stops, and we're going to have a really, really good movie which will make you maybe reappreciate the missteps from beforehand. Mr. Sandman. Hopefully that's going to happen, and I really hope and pray that it is the case. I want nothing more than to sit here and talk to you guys reviewing Halloween Ends after the first viewing, and I'll be there day one, and I'll be rooting it on as well. And I really want to be going like, do you know what? That worked. That was brilliant. That was superb. My expectations are lowered. They are. I can't deny that because I've seen what Green comes up with, and he's not the master of atmosphere, suspense, and menace and tension. He just can't do it. Oh, the killings are there, but where's the scares? There ain't any. There just is not any scares. But I'm willing to just put that all to one side and go in with an open mind and hopefully enjoy and really revel in this finale. So, a finale to this trilogy. So everyone's asking me, like, what do you think is going to happen? How's it going to end? Well, okay, I've had a little look online, which I hadn't done, and I've seen some crazy theories, but I'm so out the loop. It's all like, really? Wow, is that great? And I'm going to ignore all the so-called plot leaks and all that, because that take down with a fucking shovel full of salt whoosh over your shoulder. Right, okay, so there are some crazy ideas. What we do know is that this is set 4 years afterwards, and they're taking in the whole COVID pandemic as well, which I don't mind that. I think that's a quite clever idea. The fact that we were all walking around wearing masks, for our own safety, and a guy wearing a mask was doing anything but looking after our safety in Haddonfield. I quite like that. The working title's Cave Dweller, because there's 4 years have gone by since Halloween Kills. So where's Michael Myers been? Haddonfield has gone into like a ghost town sort of thing after the horrible events of Halloween Kills. They pretty much killed everybody, killed the entire lynch mob posse, killed a few of the legacy characters, killed Jamie Lee Curtis's killed her daughter Karen, and you've still got Alison, who's the granddaughter. Right, okay, yeah. Let's try and get back on track with it all. There's so many fucking characters and all that. But the end of Halloween Kills, once Laurie Strode realises that her daughter's been killed, she gets the knife and off she goes from the hospital. But you don't see what happens next. So then we're going to be 4 years later. Where's Michael Myers been? Working title Cave Dweller. Halloween 5, after the events of Halloween 4, Michael Myers was swept down a river, and then a guy, some weird witch doctor type fucking cave dweller, because he's in a cave, looks after Michael Myers for another year, and he gets up and fucking kills him, and then goes on another crazy rampage. Is it to do with that? So has he been living in a cave? Is he a hobo like Rob Zombie's version for Halloween 2, just walking across America? Well, that side of it, I don't know. But he's going to come back to Haddonfield, whether he even left it in the first place. Haddonfield will be some kind of haunted ghost town. I like the idea of that. That's what I've heard. If that's the case or not, I don't know. They're going to be massively haunted by the huge massacre, massive massacre from Halloween Kills. There's a radio mast which is featured quite heavily in all like everyone's thoughts, all Halloween gurus and that, like, oh, it's to do with Halloween 3, the Silver Shamrock and all that. The TV signal, it's going to be a radio signal this time. Okay, there's one theory, that all these guys, the Silver Shamrock Company and the satanic occult Wiccan pagan little device at the back of the mask is going to set them off. Which of course in Halloween 3, which is awesome, I've covered it a lot, that when the signal goes out, kids, the best trick of all on the children, and that their heads get imploded into spiders and snakes and centipedes and all sorts of stuff. And the idea was, the fan debated idea was that maybe Michael Myers was wearing a mask, which was like a prototype, or maybe the ultimate version to create a bogeyman. Well, that doesn't work out at all, and I think I have discussed that before. I don't think that can't work. But they've clearly brought in a lot of the Halloween 3 stuff, and Green and Nick Castle have mentioned Halloween 3 as being hugely important and relevant. Well, maybe not so relevant, but it plays a part in what they've been sort of imagining and creating. Whether that actually takes place and becomes part of the movie, Silver Shamrock is a thing. The Warlock, Colonel Cochrane, played by Dan O'Herlihy, whether that's in there to some degree, I don't know. I'm not massively averse to that, because I love Halloween 3, and to bring that in, because all of the fans who despise Halloween 3 goes, oh, it hasn't got Michael Myers in it. Well, it was bad advertising, and they shouldn't really have called it Halloween 3. But we all know, and I've got to say it again, that Halloween in John Carpenter's mind was meant to be, look, an anthology. Every year or every other year, we'll make a Halloween movie set around Halloween, but it'll be a different story. But everyone and the studios, because Halloween 78 made so much money, oh, we want Michael Myers back. And he said, well, I don't want to fucking do that. Folks, you've got to bear that in mind. Michael Myers was never meant to come back again. It's just, the ending of Halloween is perfect. Like the ending of The Thing. Going to come on to that, by the way. The ending of The Thing and the ending of Halloween are absolutely perfect. Because it just lets your mind go, oh God, no. What's going to happen next? Well, nothing. You can play out your own stories in your own mind forevermore. But no. Box office, money, come on, let's do it all over again. So Halloween 2, John Carpenter didn't want to make it, didn't direct it. Rick Rosenthal directs it, but he brings in the whole sister angle, that Jamie Lee Curtis is the sister. And whether you like it or you don't, and certainly Green and company at first didn't like that idea and wanted to jettison the movie. I've spoken at length about that I think they should have kept it in and it would have worked a treat, or a trick, one of the two. But I really do love that angle, and I think it was a bad mistake to jettison Halloween 2. Okay, so there's a good point to come into one of the fan theories now, and that is that Michael Myers has a brother. I should just, before we go into this, Green and company have said that the ending of this movie is going to be a shocker and it's going to piss people off. I think it's Jamie Lee Curtis that it's going to piss people off because she swears like a trooper. But they said it's going to annoy fans, it's going to bring up questions, and it's going to alienate half the fans. Half the fan base won't like this. Bit of a daft thing to do. If that's your marketing strategy, you're deliberately going to piss off half the fan base. Not a good idea. But I don't mind outrageous endings and sort of crazy notions and well, we've done this, live with it. I actually don't mind that. I kind of applaud him them for doing this. But what's it going to be? Is it really going to live up to what the hype is? That it's going to be crazy and it's going to piss everybody off and oh my God, how did they do this? It's because this is a trilogy, which the original 78 and then this trilogy comes in and it ends it here. I said the accounts will get the license back and then it'll go on and on and on with other people coming in. Green won't be back to direct anymore. We know this anyway. Good. Hopefully someone who can direct horror movies can come in. But the twist, so there's going to be some kind of twist. Alright, so a lot of people are saying oh, Michael's got a brother. And they're saying that it's going to be, oh God, Hawkins, Deputy Hawkins, played by Will Patton. And they talk about they've got stabbings in the neck, they've both got similar traits and all that. Hawkins couldn't shoot him in the flashbacks from Halloween Kills, from the original movie or the original events. Bullshit. If you're going to jettison Halloween 2 because of the whole sister angle and then literally poo-poo it in Halloween 2018, I heard it was his sister. No, that was just something that the press cooked up. And then you're going to revert and suddenly it would, he's got a brother, not a sister. It was a brother, and it's Will Patton. Fuck off. Admittedly, that will piss fans off. It will, because you made a big point of not having a sibling sort of element to the story and the dynamic, and then you made a big point of ignoring all that. No, we're not having that at all. And then you go and do that. That will piss people off. But it's a really terrible cack-handed way of doing it. I think we'd know. It's a bit, the whole thing of Michael Myers having sisters and siblings, we do need to know about his mum and dad. We do need to know about that. I would like that element to come in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if mum and dad not just maybe not make an appearance, but they get reference as to what happened to them, where did they go, what really happened there. I wouldn't mind something like that. But having him have a brother, it just seems completely ludicrous. It was a twin brother. That's why he seems to be in two places at once. Oh, fuck off! Don't be doing this shit. As I say, the other theory was it's part of the Silver Shamrock, a cult-driven device on the mask to make him create. No, he picks up a mask. In '78, that came out later, but I don't know. That just can't work. I'm not seeing that one. I'm not buying that at all. So, and the whole brother angle, if they do that, I think that'll be a travesty. But it will adhere to what they've said. It'll divide audiences and the fans alike, and it'll piss people off, something chronic, and raise a lot of questions. Well, there you go. I think I've just actually endorsed that theory, because it only backs up what they've said about the finale of this movie. Another fan idea is that actually Michael Myers dies in the first sort of 10-15 minutes, and then the rest of it's told in kind of like a flashback, and how the people of Haddonfield are dealing with it, and the demons which have possessed all of them. Because there's something else. Sorry, I just realised there's something else that they leaked out. This is genuine. That there isn't just one element of evil in Halloween Ends. So whether that means Silver Shamrock or whether that means there's someone else pulling the strings, the Thorns. Oh my God. No, you can't be bringing that in. They pretty much said they're not doing that. But the Thorn thing was linked to Silver Shamrock because it's the whole druidic angle of Samhain, Samhain as it's written, but it's known as Samhain. And the hills ran red with the blood of animals and children. There's the element of like bringing in other villains and another entity, another evil element in this saga. So I kind of like that. But they've messed around with this already. They had Sartain in 2018, and that was a wank fest of a narrative. That story angle was one of the worst things I've ever seen in any movie ever. It was so bad, so ridiculous, so left field, so stupid that if they go back to that sort of thing by having maybe everybody in the sanitarium was on his side, no bloody way. I'm not having it. But I like the idea of something else that's out there as well, which may be pulling the strings and it's all coming to a head. I don't mind that, so long as it makes sense and it doesn't feel completely just shoehorned in there. Shoehorned in, by the way. You've got to remember that Green and Danny McBride and all that, they did not have a trilogy in mind. And don't you listen to them saying that they did. They made Halloween 2018 and the book stopped there. Hopefully it's going to be successful. It was successful enough to make them do other movies. But don't let them say, oh yeah, we had this whole idea planned. The very fact that Halloween Kills is such a fucking mess shows that they did not have this plan, didn't have a clue where they're going to go with it, and just, we'll do this interim one. Just kill everybody, and then we'll try and work it out. Lost, anyone? Lost TV show? Box yourself into a corner and just come out with the most ridiculous fucking ending imaginable. That could be the case here. We already know that this film has had numerous reshoots. It went back for extra weeks of filming. That's not in itself a bad thing, because a lot of films do go back for... Sorry, I've just noticed this huge loop of weirdness here. Get that out of the way. Loads of films go back for reshoots. Of course, they tweak things. This film has not been test screened, although Jason Blum of Blumhouse has tweeted that he's seen the film, although he gave nothing away. I've seen Halloween Ends. No shit. You're a big fucking producer. I'd be stunned if you hadn't seen it by now. You know, it's due out a few months away, and we are awaiting the trailer. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, should have dropped by now. That means there's something wrong. I don't know. Does it? Does it? We didn't get a proper big Thor Love and Thunder trailer until only, a month ago. And that's due out in a few days' time. I'll be there. Yeah, can't wait. So I'm not completely stunned by that. We got a teaser thing, didn't we? But reshoots, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. But a lack of test screenings, a lack of sort of leaked evidence. I do know people that have more knowledge of this franchise than me, as this ongoing franchise, that have insider information, and they have said quite a lot that the reshoots are because the film that they made was erratic, unfocused, and just all over the show. So they had to go back in and tighten things up, chop and change things. Again, I think in a lot of movies that does happen, but in a sort of fairly straightforward stalk and slash movie, that shouldn't be an issue, should it? Again, this makes me think that these people think they're making a stalker slash movie, a Halloween movie with Michael Myers, the ultimate serial killer, supernatural. Don't fucking say he's not supernatural. And you, Green, don't fucking start that shit again. He's supernatural, beaten to death, shot, set on fire, hit by cars, fucking, he's gone through everything the human body can go through, which kills the human body, and he gets up again and fights again. Yeah, fuck off. He is supernatural. Don't start that shit again. That's another thing that pisses me off about him saying he's not supernatural. Fuck right off. And breathe, Kiltman. Breathe and then drink. Namaste. He's definitely supernatural. So, lost me fucking thread again. I always do this, don't I? But whatever. Let's go on to another theory. There was probably something really relevant I was going to say there, but about the trilogy. They definitely did not know they were going to make a trilogy out of this. So now they're struggling to come out with a proper finale. But I know where it's going. But because Halloween is such a pedigree, such a legendary series, a legendary character, and John Carpenter, that this is bigger and better than Jason or Pinhead or Freddy, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's bigger and better. There's more to it. There's more thought and intelligence. Well, yeah, there was enough to begin with, but you've eroded all of that with your pathetic Halloween Kills. And the huge errors that you made with Halloween 2018. Oh no, I sound like I'm dissing it again. Well, I am. But of course I am. But I am looking forward to Halloween Ends. So, what other theories are there? I wrote them down, but once again, I didn't bring the paper in with me. There was a few other little things and bits and bobs. But I've been asked, how do I think it's going to end? Well, someone said to me, it's meant to be the ultimate recognition of John Carpenter it's like bowing down to John Carpenter. We're going to acknowledge John Carpenter, with the ending of this movie. And when I got told that, I thought, well, that can mean pretty much only one thing to me. Halloween 1978 and The Thing leave off on very ambiguous notes, which I love. Halloween, Loomis shoots him off the balcony, and he looks over. It was the boogeyman. As a matter of fact, it was. He looks over, and there's just the crumpled bit of body-shaped crumple in the grass, but no Michael Myers. And he just goes, it's one of the best endings ever. And Carpenter nailed these. He has three with Escape from New York as well. 3 of the best endings ever in cinematic genre history. And she starts crying again, like, because it's not over. And then it cuts to like just shots of the house where he's been, and you hear the breathing. He's still out there. It ends. That's the perfect finale. It really is. So then you get Halloween 2, which picks up directly afterwards and works. It genuinely works. I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. He's not human. It's brilliant. It's truly brilliant. The ending of The Thing, MacReady and Childs face off in the blighted Antarctic wilderness, and just the flames are dying down. They're going to freeze to death. Did you kill it? And all this. They don't trust each other. And we can go through all this, and I have gone through this a million times, as you guys know. And in my opinion, MacReady and Childs are both human. Neither of them are a thing, but they are going to die. And that's the point that John Carpenter was making. The futility, the battle, the last stand they made. That's humanity of people. We won't survive this, but we're not going to let that thing survive either. We're going to wipe it out, and it's our last stand. It's all we can do. It's brilliant, and the two of them still can't trust each other, and that's the chess game. The black and white chess pieces, a black character, a white character, and and they don't trust each other, but they're going to freeze. It's wonderful. So I think here's how it's going to end for me. This is how I would like to see Halloween end. We know there's not much killings in this one. Oh, what we've heard. Halloween Kills was the one with all the bloodfest and the slaughter. This one's a much more sort of lower key thing. And meant to be slower paced, more measured. But the whole COVID thing's meant to be in there as well. So, a ghost town. I mentioned the masks. They're all wearing masks. I think these reshoots may have been to change the COVID thing, because COVID's not that huge a thing now. Look, I know if it is where you are, then I apologise, but life has gone back to normal everywhere that I know, and COVID's never mentioned at all. Almost like it hasn't been there. So if they were going to use COVID as a huge thing, I suspect that the reshoots have been to take down some of the COVID elements of it. Could be wrong, of course, because I think it's a nice angle to exploit as well. But I think because it's meant to be a more intimate thing. They always said right from the word go, when Halloween Kills was done, that Halloween Ends was going to be a more intimate thing. You've had the Bloodfest. This is going to be more personal, more intimate between Laurie and Michael Myers. So I think you're going to have the big battle between those two, and they're going to be wasted, destroyed, they've stabbed each other to bits. And I think, and in my little mind, and this means nothing, this is just me thinking, because people have asked me, how's this going to end? Well, I'd love this. The two of them are battered, the mask has come off, and they've slumped down, and they're hacked up. Laurie's and Michael Myers, James Jude Courtney, the mask is off, the mask is beside him. They're battered, they're bruised, and they're in that radio tower thing. I don't know, because the Myers house is meant to get bulldozed or something, so they can't even be in that. But they'll be there, and they'll be slumped against different walls, blood everywhere. The knife falls out of each other's hands because they've both been stabbing each other, and like The Thing, Keith David and Kurt Russell eyeballing each other it's just like, it's the end. I got you, Michael. And Michael's just like that. His one good eye, James Courtney, his one good eye, one's been stabbed with a knitting needle, remember? And he's like, a coat hanger, so it's a coat hanger she stabbed him with. And they just eyeball each other, just face off. And then the screen just goes black and the music comes up. I'd love to say like John Carpenter's Halloween Kills, because he'd make a better version. But it was like, Halloween ends. And then the music will come on, John Carpenter's theme will come on. And then whether mid or end credits, because this is the big vogue at the moment, you're going to have suddenly the camera will just go to Michael as a hand. The hand wakes up and picks up the mask, and you hear the mask getting put on. And then Michael just gets up, and as he shuffles off and stalks off it into a blurred background, the camera comes into sharp relief of Laurie, who has died, sitting there. And Michael walks off into the distance. That's my little made-up imaginary ending. What if that comes true? Ooh, Guiltman, you psychic bastard, you. I think that will work, because you can't kill the bogeyman. The bogeyman's not going to die. Michael Myers is not going to die. Laurie Strode will die. That's my major prophecy. Laurie Strode will die. I think pretty much everyone in this is going to die. Who's left, that is. You can't kill Michael Myers, nor are you going to explain how Michael Myers has survived and what drives him. I think they'll make some inroads into it, but they're not going to say, oh, it's Silver Shamrock, it's this, it's that. He's an evil spirit. Oh, Laurie, it's the last two movies, and including this one, have all been dreams, because Laurie is actually in a sanatorium herself. I've heard that one mooted around before, like that maybe she's been dreaming this entire thing. That would be a fucking nasty sting in the tail, that, wouldn't it? That would just... The best thing about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was the hospital replay of Halloween 2, John Carpenter's, Rick Rosenthal's, where that horrible slaughter in the hospital, which is just, it's really, really nasty. But it's not real. It's just a fucking dream, isn't it? Oh, Christ, you know. Ruin that for me. But if they do that with this, it would piss everybody off. So maybe that's the one, because they're saying it's going to... Nick Castle, who played the Shape in Halloween, the original Halloween, Dick Warlock played him in Halloween 2. Various other people played him in other movies. And Nick Castle's been back in Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and he's back in Halloween Ends with little cameo moments of him wearing the mask. Kind of seems like, why? Halloween 2018, he's just standing in the bedroom, and Laurie sees him and shoots at the mirrored reflection of him. That was his bit. That was it. Have him. If you're going to bring him in, have him do something. But I do think that James Duke Courtney will be unmasked in this, and he'll spend like that an extended finale with no mask on. I do think that. Will he speak? There's a lot of rumours about this. Will he speak? Fuck you. You know. What if he's just sitting there, as I said before, and Laurie's just regarding him? I've got you. And he just goes like, sister, or happy Halloween. And then just gets up, puts a mask on and fucking stabs it again, like, yeah, you're dead. And I can see that happening as well, something like that. And I'd like, imagine, as I said before, so like, you go to the end credit sequence, post-credit sequence, and you've got like, she's slumped over, died, and he gets up, puts the mask on, he does the head tilt, looks at it, gets up, and then walks off in the background, and kicks his heels together, and then the Benny Hill music comes on, like, and he runs off to another town. Right, Haddonfield's dead. I'm moving on. Are they going to say that he basically is a plague? Because Halloween Kills brings out mob mentality, and it shows that everyone's haunted and has been somehow decimated and psychologically damaged by, or rather, infected by the evil of Michael Myers. So, with COVID, if you're going to make allegory a metaphor, maybe he is the plague. He is like Nosferatu, where he comes to, a modern modern for its time, a civilized city, but he brings a plague of rats with him as well, and because he is pestilence, maybe Michael Myers becomes a pandemic. He becomes pestilence. Metaphors there. Everyone's going to wear masks. I've said it before, and so there's a lot you could play with this. A lot you could do. But do I really think that Green and his writers are going to come up with something genuinely interesting to round this off? No, I don't. I hope that they do. I really do. Please, I know I'm massively derogatory about Halloween Kills especially, but I really do want them to deliver something which is different. It's left field, but it actually feels, wow, that's clever. It's all to do with the writing and the characterization. Laurie Strode, I wanted to die. I'm sick of Laurie Strode. I'm sick of Jamie Lee Curtis. She's magnificent in many other movies. Trading Places, True Lies, Perfect, and Halloween. And you can't say Halloween too because she's fucking comatose throughout most of that. But she's great in most things that I've seen her in. She's wonderful in Halloween, the first one. But why did he give her that bloody wig again? She looks great with the short spiky hair. She looks wonderful. Why would... Oh, because she's got PTSD and all this. Oh, I don't want to go down this road again because I'm sick of talking about Laurie Strode. She pisses me off. She's such a depressing, boring fucking character that I just don't like her. Kill her. Kill her in the first 5 minutes. Do that. And then let's go really, what the hell? Well, Laurie's gone. Now what's going to happen? Shit. Will Patton's going to happen, Hey, you're my brother. Nah, you're fucking not. Don't do that shite. Folks, there are other theories bouncing around, and I did write them down, but fucking hell, you know what I'm like. Left it behind. But that's my dream of the ending of Halloween Ends. The two of them they've sliced each other to bits. Are you going to learn too much about his background, why he's supernatural? No, you're not. They can't do it. He's the bogeyman. You can't do it. I've always said that the best theory, the best idea was in the novelisation of the original Halloween. I've discussed it. I've done videos on that book, God, ages and ages ago. That it is a druid curse, that he did commit murder. He killed the woman he fancied from the village, going back to pagan times. In Ireland as well. This is centuries before Christ and all this. And he killed the woman he loved because she married someone else, and he kills him too. And in fury, the villagers all turn on the person that is the original Michael Myers, and they tear him limb from limb. They rip him to shreds, and the druids curse him so that he will relive his crime forevermore. Stab, stab, stab is what he does to them, and every single act of violence can be visited upon his body, and he'll survive it to relive the torture and the pain that he feels and reenact his crime forevermore. And that when the spirit is inside that body, and that body can do no more, it's been burnt or blown up, the spirit moves in and inhabits somebody else. Shades of Halloween 4, the end of, oh Christ, little Danielle Harris. And she's got the mask on and all that, she's got the knife. And oh God, poor Donald Pleasence, the awesome Donald Pleasence, as Loomis just goes, no! Fuck, no, don't do that. Don't have another kid, become Michael Myers. Let's have it become someone else, like Mr. President. Let's have that. That'd be a great John Carpenter thing. John Carpenter likes to take the piss out of presidents, doesn't he? A lot. And so the ultimate thing would be most presidents are they're genocidal anyway. So let's just make him a genuine homicidal mass murderer, with a big butcher knife and his finger on the nuclear button. folks. Anyway, Halloween Ends. I am, in a way, looking forward to it. No, I am. I love Halloween. I love the horror genre. Michael Myers is an absolutely towering icon. Just do it right. James Hugh Courtney, I think, is great as the Shape, as Michael Myers. I do think he's wonderful. But let's do this right. Where's he been? What's he been doing? This 4-year gap. It's got to mean something. Cave Dweller. After the big rampage in Kills, has he satiated his bloodlust for a while, and he's got to go and like just luxuriate in that, like a predator, playing with the skulls and the skinned bodies of his human trophies. He's just going to just sit back in a cave and just, I'm happy now, done enough. By the way, where's my fingers gone? I've lost some fingers. I've lost an eye. I've fucking been shot, stabbed, run over. What bastards, I'm going back again. Just realised how much it damaged me. I'm going back for more. I don't know. Folks, let me know what your theories are for Halloween Ends, because against my better judgments, I'm actually getting quite interested in this now. I do want to see it. I want to hear John Carpenter's score for it. I want to see some more blood and carnage. The effects were great in Halloween Kills. Yeah, loved some of the kills. Don't get me wrong. Loads of elements of the first two of Green's trilogy are great, but overall the films are stinkers. Halloween 2018 is far better than Halloween Kills. I will say, but Halloween Kills is just fucking awful. In fact, I haven't watched it since the cinematic viewing. No, I think did I see it twice? I can't remember now. But I have not watched it since. I don't want to. Although I may have to, just to get up to speed before Halloween Ends. But Michael Myers will not be beaten. Whether he dies in the end of this, which I don't think he will. He can't die. He can't kill the burger. Kill the body. But I say the spirit will go on. Will the spirit go into... No, you're not. I was going to say, will it go into Laurie? You will not get a franchise out of that. You will not get a franchise out of Laurie Strode or another person that we've seen so far becoming Michael Myers, putting the mask on. That is not going to happen. You're not going to have it. Michael Myers is his own thing. When he puts the mask on, he is the Shape. But beneath that, he's not someone that you know. He's not a character that he won't become someone that you know from the other movies has become infected and has now become Michael Myers. That's not going to happen. The possession, it's not going to do that. Can't do that. I'm going to start all over again now, aren't I? No. I've gone on for way long enough. There were other theories. If you go on, oh God, it's like the rabbit hole, because you would be sucked into all this. But I believe Michael Myers is supernatural, and he will not die, because it's a cash cow for one thing. So he's going to be reinvented again and again and again. You know that. But Laurie Strode has to die. For fuck's sake, kill her off, please. She's boring, sad. And take that fucking wig off. I'd love to see her in this with the short hair, the short spiky hair that Jamie Lee Curtis does sport. I'd love that. It would give a whole new angle to it. But just like, oh fucking hell, woe is me. I've got a face like the back end of a cow. Oh Christ. And she's not ugly at all, but they make her look so fucking shit. If I was there, I'd be like, what the? No. I'm gonna be me. I've had 4 years away from this shit, according to the storyline, and I've pumped up. I'm like Sarah Connor. I'm fucking fit and virile, and I've got a new lease of life. I'm shagging Will Patton and all that. Like, fucking whatever. I don't know. Folks, I have been on with Shady Kiltman. That's my latest and my opinions on Halloween Ends. And that's because people have been asking me about it. So you asked, I told you. And I'm still looking forward to it though. Go figure. Folks, keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. I'm going to see you all. And the 4th of July ain't got nothing on the 31st of October.